Punters show, and we're bringing back one of our old favourite segments, boys. For anybody who isn't aware what the slaughter of the quarter is, Glenn, it was your idea. Can you please explain?
Well, I was sick and tired of putting my hard money on jockeys carrying on like bums. So we decided to give them 3, 2 and 1 for the 3 worst rides of the week. A little bit different from last time we're doing it because of time factor. It's just going to be the
combined, a joint 3-2.
A joint 3-2-1 instead of both of us. And we've got a market in place for it. We've got our thoughts on the bad rides. It's good to stick it to the jockeys a little bit because they drive around, they think there's something they're not. Glorified cab drivers, whatever they are. And I like razzing them. It's good value. And all punters should razz jockeys because we put our money on them.
And for those who don't know, you are very, very adverse at giving a jockey a spray when he comes back to Scar.
Oh, well, you have to, don't you? And I've made some boys into champions over the years.
All right, Neil Evans from Centre Bet. You have a market for the slaughter of the quarter, and down the track, we might even be betting on this. We're just looking at the legalities of it.
This is the plan. Very big pipeline on the Punter Show. This one, slaughter of the quarter. Saturday and Wednesday, metro meetings in Sydney. 3-2-1. The Stewards. Who could be top of the market, boys? But the Stewards. $4.40. Corey Brown, $5.50. Defending champ Blake Shin there, priced at $7. $7.50 for Blake Spriggs. And out you go. You can see all the names there. Any other might be some value at 21. Right out to Oliver 51. McAvoy 201. And Hong Kong combined for the Hong Kong jocks that come to Sydney, which I'm tipping is what, Beedman and Preble.
Well, Douglas
$201.
Douglas White only has to turn up for 3 weeks. There'll be plenty of value on the $201.
Yeah,
I can assure you.
Yeah,
because I won't be
Dougie
missing
won't.
it.
Dougie won't turn up, will he?
Yeah, well, he loves his secular
Watch out
life.
for the plunge.
I did notice that we've got the berries combined at $11. Now, that's either berry. Now, that's a bit of value there.
Yeah.
They've always been big fans of the kids. We're going to be a bit harder on the kids this time in because they're getting plenty of stacks of rides and plenty of horses in the market. But, I'm a bit concerned about the berries. Sometimes I think they swap rides when the stewards don't even know. I think when one's got a touch of a little...
How would they know?
Well, if they've got a little eating disorder and you've 2 kilos over and you've got the bottom, you just... Nath will swap.
Yeah.
Twins do it their whole life.
In what regard?
In other regards, but like we've mentioned them before on the show. Girls going to school.
So instead of
Exams.
trap,
I think it's a big
trap.
I think it's a big story. I don't think Mr. Murray knows about these berries swapping their rides.
Where's the value, Glenn? Where is the value in this? You put a lot of time
Looking at that, the stewards are favourite.
Yeah, as they should be.
But we do tend to, we don't miss the stewards. I think the 440's a touch of value. Corey, Corey got a green light the whole first series of the show.
He was your favourite jockey.
That's because he said he was the world's best rider.
Yeah, so I don't think we're going to miss
Goes
Corey
right.
this time.
But the reason is you had a bit of a tiff with Corey, didn't you?
Yeah, he's all right. Blake Shin's the defending champion. I think he's riding a lot better, Blake, so I don't think there's any value there. Young Blake. Now, Blake's 750. He's doing a great job, but he's going to get stacks of rides, so we're not going to miss him if he
And he's going to be here the
mucks
whole
it up.
carnival too. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think the value is possibly you should be saving on the stewards, having something on Blake Spriggs, and our old favourite Peter Roble. But even though he's been riding well lately too.
riding career best form.
Well, I think the idea is that the jockey slaughter winners will be next start losers, won't they? By winning the slaughter, they'll smarten up their act, and they won't be competitive in the
We
next
do a better
slaughter.
job than the stewards at smarting
Blake
these jockeys up.
Shin went from being, and he was
He
riding
couldn't
terrible.
make a right decision to now he just rides
Yes.
fantastic.
Yeah, exactly right. So now, all right, that's the market, boys. Let's see how much the market changes. Our 3, 2 and 1. Mark Lambourne, take it away for our first slaughter.
And one of our fans got 3 this week. One of the jockeys I like putting him on it. But
Yeah, well, I won this one. Look, I have to say, last Saturday at Rose Hill, there was a horse that was heavily back called Scouting Wide, and you see it in the vision there. It's controlling the pace beautifully. Snow Alert is just sitting off it. My quibble with this ride, is that the fence was off. This is the middle of the program at Rose Hill. He should have known better. And the fact is that he makes no effort to get off the fence when the leading rider at the program, Hugh Bowman, makes a conscious decision to go out 6 wide. So he sticks on the fence all the way down the straight. We're just about to turn for home. And you'll find Ty England nailed to the fence at the 200 metre mark. What does he do?
tries to get off.
Tries to get off.
Too late, Ty.
So you'll see just about up here where he sticks.
Yeah, now
on
look
the
where
fence.
Bowman
There
is.
it is.
So he's railing like he's at Wentworth Park.
Yeah, he's stuck to the rails.
I still don't like sticking it to Ty. I think he's a good kid.
Ah, you've been overruled here.
And then I think the interesting thing out of this, Mark, is that on the day I actually wasn't aware, but Scouting Wide actually fights back for second. So if that Filthy With Ice isn't there, who...
If he moves out in front of With Ice earlier, he wins the race.
Yeah.
Well, he will argue that he's on a dour type of horse, that he didn't want to interrupt its momentum. But
I agree completely with Mark because he's under the bat at the 350 for all us. It was travelling all right. So
he has got beaten that far, so I suppose he deserves his 3 points.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that was a slaughter.
Good call,
I
Mark.
also thought that later in the next race, Ty England on Sasa was a bit.
Ooh,
At the
hang
7.
He hasn't got 3 and 2, has he?
No, he hasn't got 3 and 2. He's got three.
Hang on.
Let's move on. Who's our 2 points?
Three points
Yeah,
for Ty England.
2 points, Jay Cassidy, Malambo. Now, I know there was a questionable race with Blake Spriggs on Miss Independent and Jay Cassidy on Malambo, giving their horses none. But I thought that Jay Cassidy, he said, I had to use my gate 1. The fact is that the leader was outside him, or a few
We
outside
don't want to get
him.
offside with Jay Cassidy. I need Jay Cassidy to stay
I
on
love
fire.
Jay Cassidy. He's one of my
You seem to
favourite
get-
three
You
riders.
seem to get stuck into him a bit.
Oh, well, look, I expected better from Jay Cassidy. In this case, Malambo's had 1 run back. He's ready to fire. What does he do? He hunts him out and involves him in a speed battle. All he has to do is sit there and take the box seat. 1 point to Brenton Abdallah, another of my...
The gun.
Yeah, one of my favourites.
That's $41, Brendan Abdallah.
Like last race, Recouped a
That might
Fortune,
trim up.
Yep.
who was heavily tried in a great betting race, he gave it no hope. Gave it no hope. Jumped out and just went, what do I do? Oh, I better go back. The fact is that Mind Reader led Admiral's Honour, sat second in the race. Recouped a Fortune is a 100-metre faster horse than Admiral's Honour. Recouped a Fortune was given no chance.
So it was certainly a ride that lacked thought.
Yes. 3 points to England
2 to Jim Cassidy.
and 1 point to B. Abdallah.
Now, we promised Blake Spriggs he was going to get points for his ride on Miss Independent. He's missed out.
Yeah, he's missed out. He must have been 4th pick. But yeah, Mark had more of a say this week. I'll probably have more of a say next week. It'll go for about 12 weeks. It's always been a very entertaining segment. The jockeys love it. And if we do get permission to bet on it, I think it's going to be a fantastic. That's the market. Looking forward to a great season with them.
All right, we'll take a break. Thanks, boys. We'll be back having a look at what are we doing next. I think Miss Bondi's coming along next. Glenn
Oh,
Collett.
biggest star in the world.
Take a break. Thanks, sir.